Hi friends, I've been away for a while. So I've been visiting family for the past week or so. So I've been kind of blowing off the YouTube channel for a bit. But I'm back now. I'm ready to talk about something. The question is, what am I going to talk about? Anyway, the day I got back from my little vacation, I got word that Adnan Oktar, that is Harun Yahya, the infamous Islamic creationist, had been arrested in Turkey. Oh, how interesting. So I thought I'd say a bit about that. Oktar's main claim to fame is, as this Islamic old earth creationist, his work is remarkably derivative, incredibly boring stuff. It's just warmed over American creationism, retailored for an Islamic audience. There's nothing notable to say about it other than two unique features. One is that Oktar is a weird old horn dog who kept a harem of kittens, his word for them. Young women who are heavily made up in a Western style and reportedly shaped with plastic surgery to conform to Oktar's standards of beauty. They were featured on Oktar's A9 television channel, having discussions that disparage evolution and praise Islam, which are creepy to watch. The women are strangely detached as they recite lines, or Oktar has them dance for him. It looks like real cult behavior. The second notable thing is that he somehow had huge amounts of money and used it to sponsor conferences. His organization once invited me to one, and I was tempted. A free vacation in Istanbul, one of the great cities of the world that has long been on my bucket list? Yes, please. But no. I turned them down because A, they just use me as a prop to enhance the credibility of nonsense, and B, Turkish blasphemy laws. I'd probably say something that would get me thrown into a Turkish prison. Okay, one of the things he used his money for was this. His masterpiece. Yeah, the Atlas of Creation. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Holograms on the cover, everything like that. It's a monster, though. It weighs over 6 kilograms. It's an oversized hardbound book, printed on glossy, heavy stock paper. Oh, let's wrestle it into position here. You can see it's very, very pretty. Every page is a cool full-color set of images. I have no idea what it costs. I'm sure it was a fortune. This is no jack chick tract. Look at that. I could whack somebody and kill them with this. It's so heavy. The thing is, Harun Yahya sent this for free to thousands of scientists all across America and Europe. Everywhere he could think of somebody who fought creationism and was pro-evolution, he would send them this thing. It's incredibly impractical. Try taking this behemoth to the beach to read. It won't work. It's unwieldy. It's awkward. No one wants to read it just because of the physical properties of it. It's difficult to wrestle with if you do want to read it, which I can't imagine why, because once you open it, you discover that it's full of monotonous garbage. Seriously. I mean, pages 44 to 572. That's over 500 pages, almost 2/3 of the book. Consists entirely of a photo of a fossil with a photo of a contemporary species juxtaposed. And it's got text that claims that this is proof that evolution had not occurred because they're identical. Over and over. Over and over. Again and again. It's incredibly boring. So you're not going to find very many detailed refutations of the claims in this book because no one can slog through this dreary mess. I couldn't, that's for sure. This is really just a joke book that now sits on my shelf as a novelty. I occasionally bring it to my evolution classes and say, oh yeah, go ahead, take a look through this. And the students they're not impressed. It's physically intimidating, but the content is worthless. I thought I might dive into that horrible book for this video, but unfortunately it gave me a terminal case of malaise. Sorry, gang. It's just too repetitive and too stupid. I had to abort my scrutiny of the book unless I wanted to die of ennui. Sorry. It desperately needed belly dancing kittens or something, because there's just no point to reading it. It is so bad. I'm going to give you just one example. It's dishonest and ignorant, and exactly why you can't trust anything in it. This 80-million-year-old leopard skull proves that leopards have always existed as leopards, it says. And wait a minute, you should be thinking, a Cretaceous leopard? Seriously? And then I remembered this 2013 paper about a new fossil found on the Tibetan Plateau that had vertebrate taxonomists in a tizzy because it pushed the evolution of big cats further back than they expected. This is Pantherine, a small beast resembling the snow leopard in many ways. It's 4.5 million years old. That's old for a cat fossil. It was announced as the oldest big cat fossil found. An 80-million-year-old leopard would be astonishing. Furthermore, we can look at the overall phylogeny of cats and see that these groups arose 10 to 20 million years ago. There are no 80-million-year-old cats. What we find at the beginning of the Paleocene are Miacoids, a paraphyletic mess of a group that includes species that would evolve into diverse forms of modern carnivores. No cats, no dogs, those all come much later. It's not until the Oligocene that we see an early radiation of the feliforms, but that includes groups like civets, the Vivaridae, the genet, Nindinidae, and the mongoose, Herpestidae, as well as the true cats. These are all animals that seem to be united by egregious cuteness. Well, except for the Hyenidae. Yeah, hyenas are feliforms. The cats themselves experienced a radiation in the late Miocene. That is about 10 million years ago. They have radically changed forms since 65 million years ago, and even within the last 10 million years have diverged as much as our house cat is different from a panther. And that tells you all you need to know about Adnan Oktar. He doesn't do the most basic research into a subject, and then he confidently uses his ignorance to tell you that evolution is defunct. And he does it in the most foolish way possible. Okay, kitty, are you done? You want to get down? Say hello. Okay. No leopard, for instance, thought to itself, I can run very fast, so why don't I alter my skeletal structure and become an athlete? Promptly changed its anatomy and won an Olympic medal. Yeah, right, that's the quality of thought we get from creationists.